Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the United Stand. United Stand on time, bang on 4 o'clock. Here we go, people. Well, we got an here we go earlier on. I'll talk about Malacia and give my opinion on that in a bit more detail. We're mainly talking about Martinez. There's been more developments on that side. I'm going to bring up a couple of quotes from different journalists regarding Martinez. And obviously, we've got the Ronaldo situation. I want to touch on De Jong later as well, because I listened to what Mark was saying this morning. Some really good points in that video as well. The one before the Malacia breaking news video from earlier on this morning, and a couple of things I want to pick up off that video regarding Frankie De Jong. And obviously, I want to give my opinion on Ronaldo. I've not got into too much detail on it yet. I've had other people's opinions. A lot of people are messaging me, and a lot of people are going into detail on what they think might be the reason behind it. So I'm going to touch on that. We're going to get into that. But first of all, by the way, I have got an announcement at the end of this show to make as well, people. Big news going forward. So stay tuned to the end. I'll let you know what that is. And first of all, thanks for joining us. Get your comments in on everything. I'm sure you guys will have your opinion on what's gone down with Malacia today as well. If you weren't already following or watching United Stand's early videos, which Mark covered when the news broke, we have actually officially made our first signing of the summer. So good news there. Or is it good news? Bit of a divided opinion from what I've seen so far on social media, especially from the opinions that have been sent down my DM route through my Instagram and my Twitter feed. So yeah, let's get into it. But first of all, Lisandro Martinez. Now, I think Romano has just put out a quote as well. So don't forget, guys, check out what I'm talking about on the United Stand Twitter feed straight away. If you're unsure, want to know more detail about how I'm describing it, it's right there for you. Click on them links. First of all, one up from Simon Collins. He's more of an Evening Standard based around the Arsenal side of reporting. But he says Arsenal and Manchester United are expected to hold further talks with Ajax this week over a deal for the centre back, with both clubs eager to wrap up a move before their respective pre-season tours. Now, if you said to me, let's break this down simply and let's go, you've got to choose between Manchester United and Arsenal. You're thinking Arsenal finished higher than United last season, but let's be honest, every time United do fall out the Champions League, they usually do bounce back. I mean, how long has it been since Arsenal been in the Champions League? United have been in and around the Champions League. Yeah, it's not been great. It's not been consistent and not what we want, but we have got that appeal more. And let's be honest, what have Arsenal got that Manchester United don't have? Yeah, you could say they got a bit more cohesion within the squad at the moment, but I would think that the Ten Hag law would definitely pull Martinez towards Manchester United more. I think that the fact that we've already signed the likes of Malacia now, obviously the news that would have spread and has already spread completely around the world about United's pursuit of Frankie De Jong, that would be a law as well if they knew that we're getting that. Ericsson pull as well. So for me, when it comes to Martinez, and I think Arsenal want to play him, if I'm not mistaken, I think they want to play him out at right back. And he basically played all last season in the system that he knows well under Erik Ten Hag in the centre. And let's be fair, if I was a player and I was looking at this from both sides, both clubs, I'd be going, yeah, it's a manager that I know well, a system that I know well, that I can play in and perform to the best of my ability, which has put me on the radar of all these clubs right now. Why do I want to move to a club that's not going to play me there where I probably cannot give my best? That's what I would say. This is where I've always gone along. It's like United should be buying players. Forget your utility crap. It does my head in. Left back, it was left back, not right back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he was right on that one where Arsenal want to play him. But utility player does my head in. I hate it. I hate the phrase. I hate the player. Not who's in it. Nothing against them personally. But a utility player does not work. And with Manchester United, this gives an excuse not to go out and buy the right player. Look at what we've done in the past. Look at what we've done where we've moved players around. Ashley Young from winger. Valencia from winger to left back to right back. We've got Brandon Williams playing on the opposite side. I hate utility players. Get a player that's perfect in that position, leave him there and give him the chance to perform to the best of his ability. That's why I think Lisandro Martinez, if he had a choice between Arsenal and United, maybe I'm red tinted here in terms of the glasses I've got on in sort of making my decision around this, but my God, come on. You're going to United, aren't you? It's the Ten Hag factor straight away. And then United, it's just a better appeal. And let's be honest, let's be honest. I mean, Arsenal have been a laughing stock for a while. United are diabolical, yes, last season, but let's be fair. Arsenal have always been that team. It's like they raise you up just to bring you back down, and they're always going to be stuck where they are. And yet they may spend more money than other teams in the transfer market, but they've already well covered in that position. When it comes down to this player in particular, Martinez will pick Manchester United. I've got another quote here that's come out. Fabrizio Romano has been talking regarding this as well. Erik ten Hag is convinced that Lisandro Martinez is the perfect player for his project. United are really confident of getting him. Ten Hag wants the club to be fast on this deal. That is why I think and why I've said that I expect 3 players to be going on Manchester United's tour. I think Mark even said that in the earlier show today. I do think that I thought there was actually going to be Malacia, Ericsson, combined signing unveiling. That's what I thought was going to happen. Obviously, we've announced Malacia. We'll touch on that in a minute, like I said. But I think Martinez could well be on the tour come Friday. United leave on Friday for Thailand. So I do believe that the way this is now that players are sort of coming back from the international duty, I think that Martinez is a deal that can be done. I think I've said this before, with the connection United have got with Ajax and the business we've already done in the past, obviously Ten Hag, Donny van der Beek, and I think the deal has to be right. United can't push the boat too much. I think they have to be fair with the price. We can't sting Ajax for everything that they've got. It's pretty embarrassing on its own that we are solely reliant on one feeder club right now. Although, yes, I know Malacia is from Feyenoord, but still Eredivisie. And I understand where Ten Hag's going with players he wants to know in his first year. Maybe that's why we're not spending Brewsters on certain players. He's not willing to take a chance on that. Maybe he thinks he can get something out of what he's buying now. And guys, get your opinions in on what you think we're buying, because a lot of people are very underwhelmed by the signings so far and reported signings. But maybe he thinks he can get enough out of this, out of the squad that he's got now and the players that he's bringing in, to a point where maybe he wants to save his money for some. I'm just trying to spin a positive on it because it is a bit negative around the club at the moment. But in terms of Martinez, we know that Erik ten Hag will play him at centre-back because that's where he's played within his system before. He wouldn't change that. That would be just suicide, especially coming into a new division. If you're coming into a completely new division, different way of playing football in terms of the intensity, which it is, as we know, in the Premier League, then why would you want to bring a player in and put him in a position he's not used to? What was the point in scouting the guy in that position that put him on the radar, like I said, in the first place, if you're not going to play him in that position? Hence my whole outlook on the word utility player. Oh, God, no more utility players, please. You can use them. Yeah, I understand the Phil Neville, John O'Shea, Nicky Butt, this type of player. Yeah, that's fine if you've got a well-drilled team that's winning and playing well. But a utility player in a team that you're supposed to be transforming, is supposed to be a rebuild, utility players don't do it. They don't do it. You need to pick players. You need to put the round pegs in the round holes. Stop flirting on the outskirts of what is actually needed, because that's what Manchester United are doing right now. And this was a lot of what Mark was saying before. They sort of build you up to bring you down. They talk a good game, but they don't play a good game. That is exactly what United are. And I just feel like, and this is where the debate is, and this is where I'll get your input on this one, because do you feel like the players that are coming in, the Martinez now, the Ericsson and the Malacia, are they going to start come the first game of the season against Brighton? It's a very good argument to say that they won't. None of them 3 would start. You've got to think, and this is why pre-season is going to be key. How did I know that the first super chat of the day was going to be Zane? Like, say, I know we just waited. He's like got this thing on his computer, aren't you, Zane, where if anyone from the United Stand mentions Arsenal, you get a notification. Ping, there he is. What are you saying? Adam, you are buying squad players apart from Ericsson. So you don't think Ericsson's a squad player then? That's good to know, Zane. It be sus for Chelsea when Sue's for Chelsea, sorry, when Ronaldo scores a hat-trick against United at Stamford Bridge. I'm going to say this now, Zane, mate. Ronaldo is not going to Chelsea. As some people have called him a snake, some people have said just get out after what he's done. a lot of people are looking at it from a different angle. I am going to touch on that within the show, actually, regarding Ronaldo, because I've not given my full say on this yet, but some interesting things that I've read up on before as well regarding possibilities of why this might be happening with Ronaldo. So we'll touch on that. But in terms of Zayn there, mate, no, I mean, I'm confident that United are going to get Martinez over Arsenal. It's a position that we need covering. Now, you've got to argue there, though. It's like we've got Lindelof, what was he? 14 million. Bailly the same. The fee's going to be quite similar for Martinez. And we know that Manchester United don't give a toss about price tags in terms of players, apart from Harry Maguire. Obviously, the one mistake that they made in the transfer market and overpaid for more than any other player, in my opinion, in Harry Maguire. And there are rumours that he's definitely going to be captain next year as well. The shiver has just gone right down my spine and out of the room with that one. That riles me on its own. It's a failed, worst team in Premier League history, and you want to keep things the same. Okay, that is logical thinking at its finest. So you could say that's United thinking at its finest, because that's all we've had to put up with for the last decade. Pretty much is, isn't it? Stupid decisions, non-footballing decisions. But what I was saying there was you got Bailly 40 million, Lindelof 40 million. If Martinez is going to come in at 40 million, is that player going to come straight in to the first team? If I said to you, we've got a fully fit squad, how confident are you if United sign Martinez? And this comes down to the power. And I've said this on so many shows, it would be the biggest red flag ever about how much power Erik ten Hag has got. Why would he buy a player and them not coming to the team? Why? If he knows it's his tried and trusted, if he knows it works for him and it's his system, why would you even risk not bringing him straight in? Because you've got to look at it and you've got to say, it's a waste of money. Buying players for the bench right now is a waste of time, because all you're doing is accepting that this first team from last season is going to be the one that takes us further. You know it's not. And like I said, people are saying, stop moaning, Adam. No, I'm not going to stop moaning until the club actually acts like it should. And I said, look, keep calm. Come July, players I think will start coming in. And yeah, it's got a little bit. First weekend, maybe the back end of the first week now, it is starting to come in. So I think it's going to have to be a lot to change the fan base's mood, I think. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to take a lot to convince the United fans just until the football starts. And when the football starts, we may see a massive difference in playing style, which will get everyone on board. It will, because all we've been watching for the last season has been absolute garbage. So I think if the football's better, it's competitive. Yeah, maybe it's not completely cohesive, but we can see something working. It may change it. But obviously, I'm looking at what was going on this morning as well, and some people judging Ten Hag already. I would say, look, I understand where you're coming from with the signings. They're not really overwhelming. They're not convincing big signings. But did we not have this discussion about moving away from marquee signings earlier on in the summer? Did we not at the end of last season say, look, I don't want a Cavani, a Pogba. I don't want these types of players because they just come in for stupid money. I'd rather have 3 players for that price. Well, this is what's happening. And everyone's starting to moan all of a sudden again. It's like, no, we need the quality players. I do believe that it comes down to, I was going to read this one here from Zane. Sorry, mate. Super chat's just come through again from you. How will Maguire cope with our Brazilian contingent? Martinelli and Jesus will combine the most deadly strike force since Henry and Bergkamp. I'll leave you a lot to comment on Zane's super chat there, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I think all new players, not platters, Darren, hopefully is what you meant there, will start to be nice to get Dybala possibly alongside Ronaldo in team. A few typos there, I think, Darren, mate. I got the gist of it, though. I got the gist of it. I don't want Dybala in this team. I don't. It's going away from what I just said then. Ideally, you got to look at it. I think it all comes down to Frankie de Jong. I think if Frankie de Jong comes in, which I'm still convinced he will do, then I think everyone will start to look, right, okay, we've definitely got the marquee-ish signing. I still don't think that's marquee. I do believe that he is a very, very good player, better than what we've got I think the combination of him with these sort of fringe players, you could say, or players which have got potential, like the Martinez, like the Malacia, then you sort of look at it from a different point of view. You sort of go, right, okay, I can see there's the linchpin. We can possibly get one more midfielder, maybe that gem, that Lamor, that type of player in there as well. That'd be ideal if he was going to get one more, because let's be fair, we've not spent anything, have we? If, for instance, it comes in around about 40 million, 65 million, 40 million for Martinez, 65 million for Frankie de Jong, there's your 100 million, 14 million for Malacia. Have you not got that extra 30 million to throw in a Lamor into that equation? And then you've got quality all the way through, really. The midfield is boosted. Jesus. Midfield is boosted dramatically in terms of strength and control. We've got cover at the back, and we've got a little bit more flair up front. But it all comes down to Cristiano Ronaldo staying at the football club, because we won't have enough money then to buy another striker. And I think that's where the concern is for everyone now. The sort of the positive start to the week has been overshadowed by what's happened with Ronaldo. Gee, what am I on? Something in that laminate. Yeah, maybe. You need it though, don't you? You need it watching this team, or even following them through a transfer window especially. But if Ronaldo stays, I can see this working. If Ronaldo doesn't stay, in my opinion, I do believe that we're going to struggle, because I'm not relying on Rashford or Martial in that centre-forward position. Prove me wrong if you want, but I just don't think it works. And you look at the type of play that Ten Hag had at Ajax with Haller, as that predominantly just stood there, holding player. That target man is ideal for Ronaldo. Perfect. He's not going to have too much running to do, and he'll have better players around him to then feed him the balls which he craves, which we know he can score goals from. It's his service that's been the problem this season, and why he's drifted out of position everywhere towards the back end of the season, just to get involved in the game. Because there was a spell mid-season where I was saying it wasn't working with Ronaldo. Ronaldo literally took it upon himself. He must have listened to what I said, because I criticised him. I said 2 goals in 11 games wasn't enough for Ronaldo, and everyone went in on me. But let's be honest, 2 in 11 is crap for Ronaldo, and there's something wrong. But it looked like he literally took it upon himself to then start going into different positions to get more involved in the game. And that was key for me. That was key. And that's where he came back, because everything going towards the back end of this season, you watch the games back, it's all individual brilliance from Ronaldo. There is nothing in terms of link-up play and anything to cling on to that you knew was coming in terms of a system, a style. Nothing was really created that way. It was all individual brilliance moments, and it all predominantly came from Ronaldo. So that's where I think it's key. Can Ronaldo rely on service? Can Ronaldo rely on these players providing what he needs to perform to his best? And I think that's where there's a bit of a gap, a divide with Ronaldo. We obviously listened to the comments that he said regarding the younger players of the squad, which I agree with. Chip on the shoulders, think they've already made it. It's an absolute joke. It is an absolute joke. If they don't want to listen to one of the greatest players that's already walked the planet, you do not belong at Manchester United. I've said this many a times. Look at our English sort of contingent of academy players. I said it months ago. Look at McTominay's attitude. Look what's happened with Rashford. Look what's happened to Lingard. Look what's happening with Greenwood to an even bigger extent. It's like the headlines for them players are not on the pitch. None of them, apart from McTominay in the odd good game. But McTominay's headlines are that he's not good enough, which I agree with. Good squad player, nowhere near first team starter for Manchester United. And sooner United get off that page and stop bigging that man up to be something he's not, the more success will come, I think, in my opinion. You may disagree. I'm sure Scott disagrees, but he's at United. He's got to accept the criticism that comes his way. He underperformed like many others in that squad. But look at that. That's what I'm saying. It's like what Ronaldo said exactly. And you can see why he gets pissed off. You can see why he's knocked off. Because if you listen, I don't know if this is true. It's just a rumour that obviously if United do not qualify for the Champions League, there's a 25% wage cut on all the playing staff. So Ronaldo's wages come down to a measly 350 grand a week. Laugh at that as much as you want. I know where you're going with it, but he's looking at it going, I took a pay cut for performing with this bunch of crap around me because they could not be asked to listen. They spat their dummies out because they didn't think that the manager that was in charge at the time was good enough. So they made the decision not to play and give their everything. And this is where I'm bringing in what Mark was saying this morning about what brought out by the club with Marcus Rashford. And it really riled me when I listened to it. And when he was talking about it, I totally agreed that Marcus Rashford and this football club passing off last season like it didn't happen. Thank you. And we are now looking forward to a new season. Yeah, what was that? I was like, yeah, cheers, mate. Well, we're still not forgot about last season. I've still not forgot how much last season cost me, following you, cheering you, clapping you, people laughing at me, getting beaten. I think I finished last season with 7 straight away defeats. I've not forgot it. And a lot of the travelling Manchester United hardcore supporters wouldn't have forgot it either. So don't try and pull the wool over the United fans' eyes. It's the worst thing you can do right now to this fan base. You're underperforming on the pitch. You're underperforming off the pitch. The summer has been a complete sham so far, and yeah, it may get better, but don't kid us. Just give us something a little bit back. Don't come out with a stupid comment because it's only going to rile the fans even more. And this is what's happening at the moment. People wonder why. Oh, you're being negative, Adam. You're too negative. I'm not. Facts hurt, don't they? And you don't like it. That's what it's all about. What do you think Danny Ings he fits in at United? No, Darren. Definitely not, mate, for me. Journeyman that has had his day. Good player, could have been better. Past it, in my opinion. Jim Jam Games says, we aren't more people pissed off with Ronaldo. He only had a 2-year contract. He knew winning wasn't a given. Anyone else and everyone would be fuming. Why aren't more people pissed off at Ronaldo? Why? I mean, that's your opinion, mate. You can be pissed. I can understand why you are annoyed with Ronaldo. But I'm looking at it from this side. I'm going, he performed last season. He's took a pay cut because the rest of the team, couldn't be asked. That's what I look at. Because he said it halfway through this. He called out players. He called out the manager pretty much. And yeah, he knew what he was coming into. He knew. But he just got absolutely fed up, I'm guessing, with the fact that nothing's happened this summer. And by the way, I do believe that Ronaldo will stay. I think he's just kicking off. I mean, everyone was all right with Rooney when he did it, when he actually handed in the transfer request. And then obviously everything started happening again then. But this club needs to learn. I think Ronaldo has been the best thing that's happened to this club off the pitch. On the pitch, yeah, he sort of kept us our head just above water, I think, this season. But off the pitch, it's the best thing that happened this year. We knew he was going to be the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he would have outed him in his lack of coaching and managerial experience, which he did. No disrespect to Solskjaer on that, but Ronaldo is a different level, and I knew would be a problem for Solskjaer when he came in. His standards are much, much higher. But for me, Ronaldo, I think, was the best thing that happened. He's exposed the football club. And you can see United really twitching now behind the scenes. If Ronaldo wants out, they're a big asset, I think. And I think Mark said this morning that the money men at Manchester United are looking at this and rubbing their hands together, trying to cash in on Ronaldo. I don't look at it that way, personally. I think of it as like the biggest asset. Cristiano Ronaldo leaves Manchester United, what's left? There's no more big names. And it has to solely be concentrated on football matters alone. That's what I think the board should be looking at. Knowing how they work, that's where I'm guessing they're at. Because when Ronaldo leaves, who's left? Who's the headline maker? There's no more J-Lings. There's no more dabbing. There's no more Pogba dancing, Pog back and all that crap. Ronaldo's gone. What have you got then? You've got a manager, which for me is the right manager to put in right now. Is the best that was out there. And a young squad that, all of a sudden, we have to concentrate on football matters alone to try and earn some money. Brilliant. For me, that's how I want to look at it. If Ronaldo goes, he goes with my blessing. It's what it is. Yeah, I can understand why fans will be upset with him. I do hear the argument of he knew what he was coming into completely. I just feel like this season we need him just to see it out. That's what I would say. I would just need that striker. I just feel like it's going to deflect away from what we really need again if Ronaldo leaves, and we're stuck then with not buying a midfielder because we have to buy another forward because we cannot afford to lose a Greenwood, a Cavani, and a Ronaldo in the same window. We haven't got the players there that we're going to need for this system to work. We really haven't. We've got all the creativity, a Sancho, Eriksen, hopefully, a Bruno Fernandes in that area. But who's going to put the ball in the back of the net? I'm not going to see Rashford and Martial getting on the end of crosses put in perfectly by Eriksen, Bruno, or a Sancho this season when the system starts being implemented. We just need Ronaldo to hang on one more year. Let Ten Hag bring in the players that he is now. Let's get the system in place, and then let's buy that bonanza striker when we possibly, hopefully, get into the Champions League next season. Personally, I think United shouldn't even be looking at top four. I think the teams in there are better. The teams that are not better are the ones that are in the Europa League. I think Europa League needs to be a priority competition next season for Manchester United. That's what I think. Yeah, we can use the league. We can put the system in. We can start playing better football. It's going to take time. And if we do start hitting the ground running earlier and they do take to it, then brilliant. We go for it. But we have to realistically look at the trophies that are available. Kill that no trophy for 5 years tag, and we get back in the Champions League through the back door, because I do believe there are better teams. I think there are 5, possibly 6 better teams in the Premier League than United right now. And some people will say that's stupid. Well, it's not, is it? Because they're in a better place. Everyone above us has got a manager in situ with a system going forward, and I've got their feet under the table. You look at even Arteta at Arsenal, and I don't think Arsenal will finish ahead of us this season. In my opinion, I don't. But right now, I do think that they are slightly ahead of us. Tottenham are ahead of us. Chelsea, City, Liverpool, all ahead of us. I'm bringing Newcastle into the equation a little bit. The form that they produced towards the back end of last season capitulates ours, completely puts us to bed. So I'm looking at them going, they're a threat next season because they've improved on what they were already doing last season. And you could say the table never lies. Well, I say that half of the season says a lot for Newcastle. And come, I'd say 10 games in, it'd be interesting to see how close they are, if not ahead of us, if we don't hit the ground running. Because that's a team that already knows where it's going. So for me, I just look at it and I say, we need to get our ship in order. We need to get it in order quickly. We have to strategize the season ahead. We have to look at what competitions are going to work for us. The Europa League is a big yes for me. I can't believe I'm saying it. We have dropped that far. Yes, we have. If Ronaldo leaves Manchester United, I think we're in big trouble. I do. Because as much as I trust in Erik Ten Hag, as much as I trust in the system that he wants to play and the players he is bringing in, you do need that bit of experience. Where is the experience in that team if Ronaldo leaves? That's the biggest question for me. Where is the experience? Where's the winning mentality? You've got Varane. That's about it. He's not fit enough all season. Super chat in for Jim Jam Games again. Whether we agree with Cristiano Ronaldo or not, I can't see it working with a new manager wanting to put his stamp on the club. On the team, I wouldn't say anyone will be able to put a stamp on the club, mate. To be honest, from that position as a manager, it'd only be the team. No access upstairs. It's not going to work. How can it? It can work. It can work with Ronaldo in there, because I know that Ronaldo would work with any manager. He has done it with every single club he's been at. Yeah, it may have seen differences, but his professionalism always shone through for me. So I would say Ronaldo would be on board what Ten Hag was doing. I think the players that he brought in, a Frankie de Jong, would definitely appeal to a Ronaldo. I think his service would be better under a better system, which Ten Hag will bring. And I think that's enough for Ronaldo to say, right, let's try and get United back. He could win trophies next season at United, Ronaldo. I mean, he hasn't won the Europa League, and it's a bit embarrassing, I know. But it's still, he was willing to stay before, and now all of a sudden it's changed. So it's obviously changed through the middle of this summer, and he's obviously looked at what's been going on in the transfer window. He must have. So for me, I look at it and I go, United can change this. All it's going to take is some proactiveness in the transfer window. Welcome to the members club, Cooper Mead. and Karen. Welcome to the members, guys. Drop down into the description if you want to become a United Stand member, and all the options are there open for you. Just click on the link there in the description below. Nearly at the end, but guys, just wanted to make, I did say at the start there was an announcement, and it is, in fact, United Stand are going on tour. We are heading out to Malaysia and to Australia, then back out to Norway, to then come back to Manchester the day after. The full tour has been planned. We will be heading out. Myself, I am going, covering every game over in Malaysia and Australia. I'm back here in Manchester and Norway also. So if you are from over there, if you are from any of the countries that we are visiting, if you've got tickets to the game, then come and say hello. Everyone knows my tag on Instagram. If you do want to meet up, get on United Stand perhaps. We've got loads of content that we are going to be doing at the games, before the games, after the games. In fact, we've got meetups, hopefully with supporters clubs over there in Australia as well. My tag is there. That's my Instagram, AdamMatic31. DM me on there. My DMs are open. Talk to me, guys. I'm going on a tour. It's going to be epic. It's going to be mental. And hopefully I can get my hands on a few of these players and give them what's what. But yeah, that is the breaking news. The United Stand is going on tour. We are following the team. Myself and my colleague Ryan will be going out on Thursday, flying out on Thursday. The team fly out obviously the day after. So we've got a head start on them. So if you are at any of the venues, if you've got tickets, if you are a United Stand fan from overseas, from any of the countries we're going to, if you're in and around, come and say hello. We are open to everyone coming over. This is your opportunity to come and have your say on the United Stands, guys. So get to it. Get booking. Even if you're not going to a game, you want to meet up around the stadium, stuff like that. We've got loads of stuff we're going to be doing outside. Obviously, we're going to be around, staying around each venue for a few days anyway. Predominantly more in Australia. I think we're spending just under 2 weeks in Australia through Perth and Melbourne, where the games are there. I think we're in Malaysia, obviously. Thailand, sorry, not Malaysia. We're in Thailand for, what are we there for? I think it's about 4 or 5 nights there. So obviously, if you are over there, you want to come and say hello, you want to possibly get on a fan vlog or anything like that, on the United Stand, we are covering every bit. We are covering it from all angles, and the content is going to be massive going out there, guys. So, yeah, I'm there. Come and say hello. Come and get your voice heard. And it's your opportunity, like I said, to, do you know what I mean? It's all right watching online. It's all right watching, but I said this is what United Stand is all about. It's the fan content. It's giving everybody an opportunity to come and have your say. And this is real. We're coming over. We're in the flesh this time. Reporting all the way over. There's going to be shows every single day. Content every day. YouTube, Instagram. The whole tour is being well documented. And it starts on Thursday. Thursday night we head out. And hopefully there'll be plenty of fans there. I know every single game is sold out. So if you are going, like I said, come and say hello. We'll be around, and just follow us on our socials. We'll tell you exactly where we're at and what we're doing, and then take your opportunity and get out there and come and say hello and have your say on United and what is going on. Hopefully, it's going to be a good one. Hopefully, we see Ronaldo. It will be disappointing for all them fans over there if Ronaldo does not go on tour. I'm gutted for every fan over there if Ronaldo doesn't go, but we're there. Hopefully, that's a good substitute for you guys to come and say hello. But for now, guys, that is it on this show. Like I said, do hit me up on my socials at the bottom of the screen there. That's my Instagram, where I do most of the talking and sorting things out. If you did want to come and say hello, hit me up on there. Guys, like, share, and subscribe to the United Stands. That is it for now. We'll be back later on. I think it's Mark tonight with further updates, probably more on Martinez as well, and everything else that's going on with United. But guys, that is it for now. Have a good rest of the day. I will see you across the other side of the world. That's next time you'll see me on here anyway, guys. Laters.